the return. So, hey guys, we are back in action, okay? So, in this video, I wanted to talk about returning, okay? Returning to who you are, returning to a place that you've been, returning to a certain state of mind that had occurred once before and has now come back again, okay? So, first of all, I'm back in Japan, right? I was in Korea for about 3 weeks, okay? And I recently had just got my, hold on. Oh, here we go. Boom. You see that? That's that Zaido Cardo, okay? Or Zaidu Cardo. Which means that I am officially now a resident of Japan, okay? For at least 1 year, all right? That is like amazing, okay? It's the end of a 6-month fucking arc, dude, okay? And it's funny because, like, you know, a lot of the people here, they already have their Zaidu Cardo, right? But I had to work my ass off to just get mine, right? And like spend a fuck ton of money and all this bullshit and like go to Korea, which is great, you know, and all that stuff, right? But it is time for my return, okay? So I don't want to speak about returning just like physically, right? I want to speak about like obviously returning to you guys, returning to the channel, returning to a state of mind that I haven't been in for a long time, right? So when I came back from Korea, right, I was rearranging my room, okay, because like, you know, I had to put away the suitcase, and I found that, like, you know, so I have like back issues, right, and I found that laying on like a regular mattress, right, kind of hurts my back, right? If it's too soft, it hurts my back, right? I prefer a nice firm mattress, right? And this mattress, right, or the futon that I'm using, right, was suspended on an airbed, and I deflated that shit, and then I, you know, had to put it away. But you know, when you have all that stuff there and it's been there for months, there's gonna be dust, there's gonna be all this dirt and all this bullshit, right? And so I just started cleaning, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean this, and you know, when you start cleaning and then you just start cleaning more, and you're like, you know what, this is kind of dirty, you know, and you start like, and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this whole fucking thing, right? In that process, I was like something in my brain was like, hey dude, like what if you like just beyond cleaning up this room, like what if you just flip the script around, okay? Like what if you like said fuck it and just like, you know, I'm gonna change my whole life around, okay, right? And you know, it's funny because like it's like a really weird thing, right, where like you're just like, you know what, I think I'm gonna just change my whole life, dude, you know what I mean, right? And I know that like for most people that's not a common occurrence, right? And for me it's not always a common occurrence, obviously, right? Though I am living in Japan, living a whole completely different life, right? But something about finally getting my visa, right, knowing that I'm going to stay here, right, has changed my mindset, and like maybe go like, you know what, dude, like I was thinking about it, right? And like, so I don't know if I told you guys, right, but like, you know, now I have a Japanese teacher, right? I'm taking calligraphy classes, which is what allows me to stay in Japan, right, under a cultural visa. And you know, I'm still doing my artwork, right? And I was like, okay, if I'm gonna actually stay here, right, like now that I know for sure that I'm gonna stay here, right, I was like, okay, we need to get things done, dude. We need to shift this shit around, right? And so it reminded me, okay, like there's a there's a part of me that is returning, right, which is college Sean, okay, right? So college Sean, like as a means of survival, right, in my school, right, you have a lot of work, you have a lot of things to do, right? And I was like working out like crazy, and I was doing all this shit, like going pop, like extremely disciplined, okay, right? Like my day, like I did so much in one day, every single day, and it, like, you know, at a certain point it drove me to madness, right? Because I was just like so locked in, right? But I thought that that part of me had died away, right? That man would never come back, okay, right? Because, like, you know, like my hand issues, or sorry, my joint issues, everything. Like, I thought, like, I physically I can never go back to that, right? But I've decided, like, he's coming back, okay, right? Like that disciplined Sean, that college Sean who got shit done, right? Who, like, you know, was like unwavering, okay, right? He needs to come back. That part of me needs to come back, right? And so, like, number one, after Korea, dude, vaping, I'm quitting that shit, okay? That shit was hurting my teeth, dude, right? That was causing me issues, right? No more vaping. That shit's stupid. I was only doing it for like a couple months, and then it just became like I just kept doing it. I'm like, I gotta get rid of this shit, okay? Number two, return to the gym, okay? I need to go back to the gym, right? It's not about like oh my god, like I gotta be like, I'm gonna be hot now. No, it's like I just gotta go back so that I have that schedule again, right? And get that fitness up, right? And I'll hopefully, you know, lose a bit of weight, right? And so, like, I could just walk around easier in Japan, right? 3, return back to you guys, okay, to the channel, right? I need to get back to recording videos, talking to you guys, right? I know it's been a while, and I know, like, this view count will probably be nothing, right? I just need to get the channel back in order, right? So that means, at the very least, that I will record 1 video per week, right? I want to, you know, if I can, I'll try to do the art book reviews, but it's difficult, right? The reviews take a very long time. This place is not exactly quiet, right? And I don't want to be loud for a couple hours here. You know what I mean? And it's a delicate balance, right? At this point, I'm just gonna say fuck it and say, like, hey, you know, there's noise, get over it, right? And that's to me, okay? I know you guys probably don't even give a shit about background noise, right? But I do, and it drives me crazy. But I need to say fuck it and just go, like, okay, this background noise, suck my dick myself, dude. You know what I mean, right? So, yes, the return. Okay, so, I believe that, like, in each one of us there is that person, okay, like that the truest part of yourself, okay, right? The return into your own soul, okay, right? So when I was in Japan, like, last couple months, right, being stressed about the visa, being stressed about all this bullshit, right, I kind of, like, lost myself, right? I was, like, lost in all my worries, lost in all my doubts, and it kind of, like, froze me in place, right? That's why I wasn't filming videos. I was, you know, I was still doing artwork. That's always a constant. That's, like, my guiding light, right? And I was scared, dude, right? Because I'm, like, I'm in a place where I don't know shit. I don't speak the language, right? It's a scary thing, right? And, you know, it's one thing to, like, you know, like, oh, I know it's gonna be difficult, right? And then there's another thing, like, actually experiencing it and actually, like, dealing with, like, oh my god, like, I'm here and I'm nowhere. You know what I mean? I have no, like, place here, really. You know what I mean? And so, like, you know, I was lost for a while. I was like trying to find myself again, right? And going to, and like, you know, I'm kind of surrounded by people who are like lost themselves, right? So it like only pushed me further, right? But going into Korea, right? I met so many great people, dude, right? And, like, I felt so much love around the community I was at my hostel, right? That, like, it kind of, like, reminded me of who I was and my potential and who I actually am, right? And so, like, I returned back to my true self, right? I lost myself and I returned to myself, right? And I know that you guys, you know, like, in the journey, right, it's easy to lose yourself, okay, right? And, like, not just the, like of course there's the lose yourself, like, you know, Eminem good way, right? And there's the lose yourself bad way, where you like your wholeness becomes divided, okay? And then you become like different parts of yourself fighting each other, because you're like, which was the right one? Which was the right one? Wait, like, are you right? Like, this person, like, you're the angry Sean, you're the sad Sean, you're the depressed Sean, you're the disciplined Sean, you know, and then, like, they're all arguing against each other, right? and then you become divided, right? And then you lose direction, right? And so it's all about like returning all those guys back into the single Sean, okay, right? Or the single you, right? So that you can move forward, you can take that action, you can turn that page, right? And once you do, once you return to yourself, right, then you'll really remember who you are, right? So, like, please guys, you know, I'm sure right now, 2025, it sucks ass, right? You're probably full of doubt and everything, right? But go back, dude. Go back to who you are, okay? Go back to that little kid who like wanted to draw and be like, you know, I like drawing, isn't that pretty, you know, right? That person, you need to help them, okay? You need to go back and realize that the person that you're yelling at and that's yelling at you is just that little you, right? And that person needs help, dude. Okay, that person needs your support and that needs your strength, okay? Right? So get back to it, okay? Whatever it is, get back to it, get back on track, okay? Turn this boat around, okay? That's the thing that's like keeps repeating in my mind. Turn the ship, okay? Navigate this ship, okay? Right? You need like at first like you're like I'm just gonna ram into the port. Like, don't do that, dude, okay? Like it's like, here's an obstacle, like, you know, if you can't get above it, if you can't go through it, go around it, okay? Around the object, okay? And then just keep, you know, piloting the ship, dude. You never know what's gonna happen, all right? Look at me now, dude. I'm like, even when I was lost for a while, I'm still doing the thing that I need to do, right? So even if you feel lost, you're going in a direction, okay? Keep going, get there, return to yourself, okay? Take all those voices and get back to you, okay? Right? Good luck out there. Keep the journey going, okay? And I hope that you guys can find your way as well and return to the place where you were before when things were really good, okay? And if not, to an even better place, okay? So that you can get back to it, dude. Get back to yourself, dude. Remember who you are, all right? I believe in you guys, all right? All right. I end the video here, guys. Please, if you like the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out my Prince and Patreon. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member and join that Discord, okay? All that bullshit. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.